Oh, it's
Then
on.
either it was yesterday or the day before, but there was definitely one.
I can tell you the day before as well.
Oh,
Actually, the day before,
thing.
Vega first phase banned against London Conspiracy as well.
Yeah, so there is
that must
against
mean that
London
Kefka
Conspiracy.
Kefka is a legit brood player. Kefka is their offlaner.
So 2 different teams giving respect to London Conspiracy for the brood so much that they will not let her be picked even as a first pick.
Yeah.
That's a lot of respect to give, because Brood is one of those heroes that you can counterpick very hard.
Right.
Like grabbing any hero, like a Tide Hunter, Sven, Legion Commander, Sanking. There's so many different options, but they just give respect that this player is good enough.
All right, what the dickens is this? We got a first pick Nature's Prophet. You got Invoker. He's available. You got Chen. You've got a lot of things. Are you gonna go for an NP as your first selection? What the dickens, bro?
Well, I mean, this is just Nature's Prophet being so okay. We see the screen. Nature's Prophet is a very flexible hero. He can be used in so many different drafts. So maybe they just feel that, okay, we're gonna take one step back and let London Conspiracy say what they're gonna do, and then we can counterpick around that or build our draft very flexibly with the Nature's Prophet. Probably it's gonna be Chen Invoker here, standard opening, but it's an interesting take by Spirit.
Team Spirit also obviously has Goblak drafting, and Goblak in the era where Goblak was, I believe, 2 years ago, he was the player or the captain that always banned out Brood first phase. When Brood was good and normally still banned or first phase picked, he does not want to play against Brood, and I believe he said so in an interview that he did so because he just likes to play his own game and he doesn't want to be forced into.
He's been like this in every patch, Goblak. He always likes to, if he finds disinterest for some hero, he will just first ban it all the time. And he did this in the old patch where Wisp was played a lot, like long ago. He would just ban it every single time, no changes on that. And doesn't matter if the enemy team had no Wisp player or whatever, he would just not take the risk. And he's very firm.
Removed.
He's a firm believer in that he can create his own Dota and draft his own style, and sometimes that means removing strong stuff. Funnily enough, he picked it.
Picking it, yeah.
Here we go. Here comes that global strat that we're seeing so much lately.
Definitely.
The drop in. So probably going to be seeing a Tiny, maybe a Sven here coming out for Team Spirit.
The thing is, it's hard to ban out. If you're London Conspiracy right now, I mean, you know you're against a Wisp, and there's going to be a Wisp combo. But there are so many good combos that they could pick. There's the CK, there's the Tiny, there's the Sven, there's the Ursa. I mean, even Legion Commander Wisp is a strong combination. If you want to play against
Bristleback.
Against the Invoker, you can duel him. But yeah, even Bristleback, there are many combos that they can pull. So I don't think you ban against the Wisp combo. You should just ban the second support or the mid hero that you don't want to go up against.
Okay. What do you think is the best Wisp combo? The top tier one, the one.
I mean, most reliable, I'm gonna say Wisp Tiny, because you can always come back. Like, no matter how dark the game may look, you just need to kill the enemy team once, and you can relocate into the enemy base and just spawn them. Like, it's so insane. Wisp Tiny can turn the most upsetting games. And other than that, I would just say maybe Wisp CK. Those two probably most reliable. But then you have the fact that Sven is so good in this patch.
Right.
So.
Well, I have to agree with London Conspiracy's ban there of the Tiny, as we were just talking about. I mean, rather not have to go up against that combo. And this next ban should be pretty telling coming out from Team Spirit.
Yeah, Team Spirit, they removed the Enchantress first. They just don't want to get pressured a ton, because they don't have 2 strong lanes here. When you go for Wisp, normally Wisp wants to help out the mid, run around and just grab some runes, run around with Bottle. Bounty Hunter is good against Wisp, so that's a sad matchup. But it does weaken your safe lane. Beastmaster getting removed here as well, so they're just trying to secure themselves from early pressure.
Okay. Chiefs, who would you like to see? Not who do you think is going to be in, but who would you like to see that we haven't made? Warlock? Yes! Another Warlock lover out there.
I would like to see Warlock. He just forces team fights. Who doesn't like team fights? Sand King, actually, we saw No Diggity play Sand King successfully. Maybe we see that later today. He's another one of those heroes that is super active in terms of team fights and mobile and basically everything you want. So, London Conspiracy, are they gonna pick Sven here? So that, because wouldn't you rather deny the Sven?
They could. It works good with the Invoker as well, because then you have the, again, Stormbolt and Sunstrike combination. So that's a good drafting pattern. Now they effectively denied 3 heroes, but the thing is that there are still good options for the Wisp. So we'll see if this was worth it or not. At least they get to pick what they're going to play against a little bit,
Yeah.
Which support hero would you like to see together with the IO? I mean, IO cannot be that active, and we know that Goblak his team normally wants to be active. They often go for Bane.
I like Bane, Dazzle, or Revenge. I think these three are good here, like any of them. Bane might be really good in this game in particular because of Sven. And Godblack also loves drafting it, so I would say that's the most likely one. But Dazzle is great with Wisp. You can heal up so much. You can grave whoever they focus. And it works good with a push strat from Nature's Prophet.
Ooh!
Okay, they grab their combo now. Not gonna wait for it.
Fuzzy Wuzzy.
And Ursa can definitely win the man fight against the Sven if he gets tethered up.
Yeah. Ursa against Bane is not amazing. Or with Bane, I should say. I don't know. You have to clap and then you're fine. I guess
it's okay. You can maybe like run up a Nightmare and then follow up with the clap afterwards.
Yeah.
Or even just a Wisp Spirits to wake up. But we'll see. I think they have many supports to choose from though, because there's not many supports banned out yet. There's like nothing.
Dota Conspiracy still needs theirs as well. Which support could keep the Sven safe? I guess against Nature's Prophet would be the most logical option there.
Yeah, I think it's not about keeping him safe. They're gonna pick something that can kill, something aggressive that can make kills happen. So maybe even a Lina support. They have the Darkseer, they have Invoker, Sven Lina could be a good lane. That's just a thought though, for London Conspiracy. But for Team Spirit, I think they might even go for Oracle here if they have the respect for the Darkseer that they want to shut down. But this is what we saw again before, the Darkseer Bounty Hunter. So this time, I really hope that Team Spirit
it was the same team?
It was London Conspiracy playing it last time.
We're gonna be busting all over again, my friend. Ghost move, my favorite
It was
move.
indeed. They were running their off-lane double.
Wasn't that Ghostbuster?
Yeah, the Buster. Putting the ball on the Bounty Hunter and spooking him out. Oh, Boston, it makes me feel real good. All right, coming up last.
I don't want to know.
On Team Spirit. Okay, Team Spirit, who would I pick here? I think that they're massively lacking in a good lockdown, especially with somebody like Darkseer.
Yeah.
So Doom is an interesting pick. I mean, it's always good against Invoker. Shut him up good. Bounty Hunter as well. Darkseer.
Not necessarily a lot of lockdown still, though.
Yeah, but they need a stunner, baby.
Team Spirit going for these crazy drafts. I kind of like it, though. I mean, I don't like to see a team with no stunts, apart from maybe what Doomrayer can bring. I mean, he has the stun punch and he can have a creep, but it can definitely fall into dark territory against the Bounty Hunter.
Jungle Doom?
This draft. Yeah, if you go Jungle Doom or whatever you want to do here, you're gonna be in trouble. You can't put Doom mids. You're not gonna put him carry.
Which mid hero would be fitting for Spirit that has nice amounts of disables? They just removed the puck. Is Dragon Knight making a comeback?
They could go for a fighting hero. I don't think Dragon Knight is gonna happen, but I think they could go for a fighting hero mids, like maybe the Queen, but I'm not sure. Death Prophet could be better. Then they have the Silence at least, which is almost as good as in Lockdown. And you have the Slow as well.
How are you going to kite Sven, though?
Yeah,
and Ursa's going to get kited so much.
Yeah. It's hard to kite Ursa when he has Wisp, actually.
No, but there's going to be tracks, there's going to be Surges, there's going to be the Invoker that regardless is already a very fast hero.
Yeah, they're definitely lacking in stunts, so they need to get good initiation, like a Blink Doom, blinking in and dooming either Darkseer or the Invoker. It's gonna have to be how they open the fights, or Sven, of course. That could be good. I don't know. Team Spirit, they rely on crazy stuff, but crazy stuff against Bounty Hunter is dangerous.
Yeah.
Because when I say crazy stuff, I mean like fighting nonstop, taking weird engagements. This is where Bounty Hunter really thrives. He just gets the levels, and then suddenly level 2 track, and so much money for everyone who dies. So this is a risky path that Spirit are taking. London Conspiracy definitely have a pretty solid draft all around. Late game, great. Laning stage looks pretty solid. And their team fight is right now superior, so everything is looking pretty good for them.
Yeah, I have to agree with you. I mean, it looks like they have all their bases covered, and this last pick should be pretty important, though. Especially, I'm really interested in Team Spirit's last pick, but London Conspiracy does have that going on. They're taking their time thinking about it.
I'm wondering if they're going to go for, like, the Lina that I was thinking about already when I saw Sven, but they're going to pick some AoE hero. They kind of have to. When they have this much playing into it already, like Darkseer, Sven, and Invoker is just so good combo heroes. You have to make use of this. And then it's easy to count.
Is CM a good one here?
Is
CM good here?
I don't think CM is so good.
Bane.
Bane. Okay. That's pretty good against against their team, I guess.
Against
Come on, baby. They got this.
I'm not super excited for this Bane.
Who's gonna interrupt the Fiend script?
It definitely helps their lane even more though, because they can just lead with a Nightmare, and then afterwards they stun and Sunstrike. So they definitely have strong laning phase. I just I don't see it fighting that well with their team.
But who's gonna interrupt the Fiend script?
True, there's not many stuns.
They definitely need that.
I mean, you can't really Fiend script if you're close to Ursa. He's just gonna kill you. You can't Fiend script if you're close to Doom. He's gonna interrupt you in either third skill or by...
Stun strike? What was it? Stun smash?
Stun punch.
Stun punch.
Stun punch.
Or
Sorry,
ulti.
stun punch. Stun punch.
And there's still a chance for one more disable being picked up here, so it's not guaranteed you're gonna get a long grip off.
There's gonna be
okay, no disable they go
I guess you have a mini...
Woo! Alright, whoa! Looks
Can
like
they do it?
Can they do it?
Because we all said that London Conspiracy was going to be the underdog with this match, right? Is this the right draft to beat Spirit?
Well, they can. Definitely for London, I believe so, but Team Spirit are coming out swinging. They're doing something crazy here. I think they're doing a...
Level 1 Roche?
No, I think they're doing a Lich Doom double lane.
But they
and
can
then
definitely do a level 1 Roche.
They can.
They could. I said the conspiracy is on.
Is level 1 Roche going to happen?
You
gonna say now?
No way.
I don't believe so.
Yeah.
I'm gonna say yes. I don't know if it's gonna happen. Let's find out if it is gonna happen with our commentators. It is time for game number 1 with ODPixel and Draskell.
Sí, de hecho, muy buena observación, Phobos, porque el Doom generalmente agarra el creep de un poco más. No van a poder cancelar como tú dices.
Into the action. Andy, let's have a talk about the picks. Final pick, Bane from the sideline of Conspiracy. Are you liking the Bane? And indeed, as the panel are wondering, is it the right pick to deal with Team Spirit?
I think it was something that was more of a, if you think about it, a denial pick. Because if Team Spirit wanted to make their lane significantly stronger, and when they already have an IO, having a Bane in conjunction with that kind of shores up a little bit of the issues that Wisp typically has, which obviously you're not going to have much influence in the laning phase. We could be seeing a dual lane mid coming out here from Team Spirit very easily. But most of the time, Wisp isn't known as, that lane dominant hero. So they kind of also needed something to deal with the Bounty Hunter. If you look at what Team Spirit have now, if they had a Bane instead of a Lich, I would say Bane is pretty good against Bounty in the early game because you can actually trade with him, you can carry around some dust, Nightmare to set up kills. Now they have a Lich. And while Lich can help you win a lane, he's not really going to offer you any protection against Bounty. So I do think that London Conspiracy have a better opportunity of doing early game damage by taking away the Bane from Team Spirit.
Alrighty, indeed. And talking about kind of in terms of the picks as well, the fact that Team Spirit have got an IO combo into their hands, they've got the IO Ursa. I mean, we've seen a lot of CIS sides, if they get a good start with the kind of the IO pairing, it can be pretty hard to deal with. London Conspiracy, can they deal with an overfarmed Ursa being taken around the map by an IO? Is there still going to be ways for them to come back if the side of Spirit get a good start?
Yeah, they have a decent amount of control. And there was also talk on the panel of how do you really interrupt Fiend's grip. I mean, you basically have to walk up on Doom and, either cast Doom or use the Flaming Sword. That's not really a super reliable way of doing it. But at the same time, London Conspiracy's game plan isn't necessarily to deal with a late game. It's more to win their lanes really hard, abuse the Bounty Hunter, try to snowball as much as you can, abuse the Darkseer during the mid game with your melee core of Sven, and just, go ham. Try to win the game quick.
As we see in the mid lane, it's trading hits, it's trading blows. Iceberg and always want to fly, pairing up against Baby Knight's Invoker. Did have Biver hanging around on the bounty to try and get him some space. But this mid lane matchup, I mean, Ursa versus the Invoker, the backup of the IO, but for the side of London having the backup of that bounty, is this going to be an even lane, or do you think the Ursa will still struggle against the Invoker?
Oh, I think the Ursa will be okay. It's actually very difficult for Invoker in this particular matchup to do anything. You can see he's playing it super defensively as well. He started with boots, so he realizes the killing power. He doesn't want to get himself caught in a situation where Ursa is a very fast hero on his own right. If he gets tethered on top of that, you can just get chased down behind the tower and killed very easily. So it's kind of going to force the focus of Beaver to either stay here, and if he does want to leave, they might be able to go top and deal some damage there, maybe go for the Furion or something, but I'm not really sure what the Bounty Hunter being mid accomplishes other than just preventing Iceberg from diving.
And I guess in terms of the ways that the side lanes have panned out, this is Spirit just reacting to London, because I guess you don't want to have a Doom farming against a Darkseer lane. You'd rather have him down here contesting that of London Conspiracy safe lane.
Yeah, stopping London Conspiracy from getting the start that they're looking for is the best plan of action for Team Spirit. There's no question about that. If they get off to a good start, you know, their Bounty Hunter hits an early 6 timing, maybe they get a gank or 2, then that's the game plan that they're looking for. But if Team Spirit can keep the pace of the game slow, get Roshan, get that out-of-control Ursa that you were talking about, then that's exactly what they're going to be wanting to do.
Fiver. This train hits with the IO mid lane, still going on Baby Knight, laid down the Sunstrike in case Iceberg was ready to jump in with the help of the IO. Just a little bit too far away, and Iceberg, he's really manning up here. It's 12-1 versus the 9-1. So indeed that slight lead here for the Ursa, thanks to the help of Always Want to Fly on his IO. Still 2.5 minutes in, no one to drop. I mean, in terms of potency of the lane, is there somewhere that you expect just like that, something to just step up any moment?
Well, maybe top lane. That could be it.
Indeed, Funnick left on his own with the double Iron Shell. It will be enough.
Yeah, this is the most obvious lane to gank.
Yeah,
it's a Furion. You have 2 heroes, one of which with Surge. They're very fast on their own. You have Orb of Venom, and unfortunately, there's not really much a Furion can do against those 2 heroes. And this is the weakness of Team Spirit's early game, is that you have 2 really strong static lanes. Ursa Wisp doesn't want to move around until they hit 6, and if they do, they want to try to get Roshan as soon as possible. Lich Doom doesn't want to move around because their whole purpose and their strength is just shutting down the farm of the enemy by, you know, sacrificing multiple creeps. You put Ice Armor on the Doom. That hero is hard to kill.
Our bottom lane, popping the war cry, trying to chase Illidan down here. They get the slow from the bounty. The Iron Shell still on him as well. And with that Sunstrike, great teamwork from London Conspiracy to take down Illidan.
That was really nice, actually. He Ion Shelled, TP'd bottom, and they just immediately go for that kill, realizing they need the extra damage.
Oh, really nice stuff indeed, and having it 2-0 on the board. Things are looking good in that sense still. The issue mid, the Iceberg, getting pretty far ahead. Well, manages to get himself around Baby Knight, and then gets a few good punches in. One more will seal the deal. Nice play from the combo. And that's the thing, when you're up against this Ursa, you've got to be so careful with your positioning as this Invoker.
Yeah, you need to have a value point into either Wex or Ghost Walk to avoid that, and if they buy Dustin, you need to just Ice Wall and hope that somebody on your team's gonna TP. But it's like I was saying, it's not like London Conspiracy have the most mobile supports except for the Bounty either. Like, Bane can sit mid and maybe prevent dives, but you also kind of need him bottom.
Oh, and Iceberg is there a Tefra available? There is, but it's not going to be enough. Biver with, again, a smart rotation to the mid. Team Spirit, they do have that sentry down on the high ground. It might have just caught him just a little bit too late, and they're going to look for more with the Sunstrike. Onto Always Want to Fly will connect after the setup from Jellypy Stormhammer. It's another smooth, clean pick-off in that mid lane, and 4-1. At this point of the game, it's just London Conspiracy knowing as a team what lanes they need to put the pressure on, and they're getting it right every time.
This is exactly what they need as well. Their lineup is more functional when you're trying to force fights. They have more disables than Team Spirit. That already on paper makes you the stronger skirmish team, at least before ultimates start coming out. And like we were saying, delaying the progress of the Ursa and the IO can be a great way to stop them from getting an earlier Roche. You know, you have a couple extra levels in your bounty. Maybe you have track. Middle lane, though, could see another dive.
Yeah, let's try for it. He's still not got that point in Wex here, Baby Knight, so he's got no escape mechanisms available, and they're ready to punish it. I mean, this has happened twice now in rather quick succession. If you're Baby Knight now, do you have to just have someone else sit mid with you, or do you at this point say, I'm going jungle with Forge Spirits?
I really think it would be better to just have the Bane mid, because this is the highest potential kill lane that Team Spirit have. So bottom, yeah, you can get ran at with Doom Scorched Earth, but it's not really as scary as a tethered Ursa at such an early stage, because the Doom doesn't have his ultimate yet. So if they want to prevent him from dying, he either, you know, uses Ghost Walk, because I mean, he could just be dead again. Like, they're just camping him.
I mean, this is the issue at the moment for London Conspiracy. Every other lane's doing fine, but
right.
And I guess this is the smart thing of Team Spirit. They've worked out in return to London Conspiracy's play where they can punish, and it's the Invoker. And London Conspiracy and Baby Knight, he needs to switch something up. It's not working.
He needs the support. He can't be in the lane alone. Like, every single time he shows, that's going to happen.
And we'll see what he does. See if he's learned his lesson now. 3 deaths, unfortunately, for Baby Knight in the first 6 minutes. And we'll see if he plays any different. I'll be super surprised if we see him go down a 4th. And bottom lane, and for some kind of setup. Baby Knight gets the Sunstrike with the Stormhammer as well. They make short work of Go Black. Can't quite get the time to get any spells out. But maybe this can work out for London Conspiracy. They lose out on the Invoker, but elsewhere the momentum's definitely starting to go their way. And now, making a bit of a turnaround, but Iceberg pops the ultimate, just turns and rips into the Bounty Hunter. Goodbye, Biver.
Yeah, they can rush as well with this. He already has the lifesteal on the Ursa. So already Team Spirit opening up the opportunity to be able to go for Roshan. They have Ice Armor to make it an even easier Rosh for the Ursa too. This is, you know, for the first couple of minutes, it was London Conspiracy the ones applying all the pressure, but it really feels like the Bounty Hunter and the Bane need to be so proactive about where they're fighting. And they're even giving, you know, Sol in a solo lane, and that's fine, but honestly, this is the guy who has to be helping. Like, he's not the one who needs to be getting a solo lane right now. I think that he has the only control that's going to stop an Ursa from tower diving you, or give you the opportunity for at least some kind of counter gank. They're playing it very greedy with their Bane.
Talking about tower diving, top lane, London Conspiracy, or maybe just seeing if there was an opening for that, but Piper, he's going to decide to go elsewhere. Pinging out the jungle, maybe seeing what he can find around, maybe checking out to see if any stacks have been created by Always Want to Fly on the Ire. And there's going to be a small one here. So Biver knows what's up. Mask of Madness now done for Ursa. They're looking for the courier. Biver, can he get it here? He's going to need a second hit, and he should be able to find it. It's a nice snipe. The courier was empty, but there's a courier gone early on, nonetheless, mid lane. Iceberg Nightmare up, but now well, he's looking to go at this, and here we go, Mask of Man is bare, here comes Fuzzy Wuzzy straight in, looking for Soul and rips him to pieces. There's reaction from London Conspiracy. They're focusing on to Always Want to Fly here on the Iron, they will burst him down, and in fact, Funnick teeping into this one, Iceberg still trying to fight, looking to bring down the Bounty, but Bounty gets himself away, and now Iceberg maybe have stepped in a little bit too deep. Funnick trying to block at the fight, pots the Scram to Baby Nuts on the back, but the Stormhammer onto two, the Sunstrike onto Iceberg, London Conspiracy, they're doing it here in the mid lane. The tracks are out onto Funnick, Jellypy trying to chase down for more, he's got the Iron Shell on him, just trying to get Team Spirit's Gold Black the rundown, pops the charges, should be able to find it here. Gold Black tries to self up, but the Stormhammer still comes through, gets the kill. Illidan's now rotating in on the Doom, looking for Jellypy, but Jellypy's got the War Cry, will still go down, and now Always Want to Fly coming back in. They're looking to try and turn this one around, Team Spirit. They'd love to find Baby Knight as well, and they will. They'll get the kill onto the Invoker. It's an absolute mess in the mid lane. Illidan does try and get the Doom off onto the Silent Conspiracy, but they're out just in time. And all in all, it ends up being a 3-for-3. London Conspiracy do end up coming out on top. But it was a bit of a mess coming out of that one for the Radiant.
Well, they also have track, so, I mean, the fact that the Bounty Hunter hit 6 during the middle of the fight is why...
pretty much.
Yeah, it was why it was so heavily in London Conspiracy's favor, and that's something you're going to have to remember going forward. Fortunately for Team Spirit, they are farming on all 3 of their cores. Like, the Doom, the Furion, and the Ursa all have a good amount of farm. So even though London Conspiracy were putting on a good amount of pressure for the first couple of minutes of the game, Roshan, as we said, now on the table here for Team Spirit. This is something that you can very easily abuse if your laning phase goes well. And the other problem with London Conspiracy is that now there comes a stage in the game where Team Spirit, they can 5-man because they have the power of something like a Furion to back it up. They can take your tier 1s, they can apply that map pressure, and you don't really have any catch yet for the Furion either. So your game plan really was to win your lanes, use the Bounty Hunter to gank, prevent Roche, and none of those things have really been done.
Bottom lane, Biver giving it some to Illidan. He does have Jellypy around the corner, but with the Scorched Earth, it's going to be hard to fight into Jellypy as well. Playing it safe, Go Black's coming into the lane on the Lich. So they don't want to deal with that as a twofer. But still 8 for 7. And as you said, the next trade, they can't afford to have them even. Team Spirit going against this Bounty lineup. It's going to be nasty. But in terms of the farm game, you mentioned obviously Team Spirit, that they are farming well on all cores. If this game does continue to go on and on and on, would you just favour Team Spirit's lineup outright because of their draft?
I think so. I think they have more options.
Yeah.
I like a draft that can play in more than one way. They can 5-man. It's not amazing, but it's good enough. London Conspiracy have that wombo combo effect, I suppose, with like the Darkseer into the Sven, like Vax stun, and Exort Invoker can drop a Meteor on it too. It's a very flashy play, but it's harder to execute. And they have limited game plans. They can go for the 5-man Dota, and they can use their mech on the Darkseer and try to push and apply pressure that way, which I feel right now, against the Aegis of the Ursa and Relocate available, is going to be still quite a bit risky, but they might not have a choice.
Putting a lot of attention up top. They'll Surge Solon on, looking to get him in position with the Fiend's Grip, and he will get it off. I mean, the rest of the Silent Conspiracy are coming in. There'll be TP reactions. Vacuum Wall, he's going on to the Vacuum. The Wall's just dropped on the side of the fight here. The Lich Ult coming out, will bounce a couple of times, takes down the Bane. Stormhammer on to Always Want to Fly. They will take down the Iron in the back of the fight. They've also found Funnick, but in return, Team Spirit will take down Biver on the Bounty until leaving it as 2 for 2. Baby Knight looking for the TP out. Will he make it? Yes, he will. Nothing to hold him back there. So it ends for a 2 for 2 as London Conspiracy come deep onto the side of Team Spirit's map. But I think London Conspiracy again, they will be happy with that. They got themselves a core. and they did, of course, get that track on 1300. Ends up being the gold exchange, and again, these trades, London Conspiracy, they're going to be happy with them.
As long as they keep getting the gold, that's the most important thing. Because if you look at the Sven and the Invoker's actual farm, it's not really that impressive. I mean, Funnick has more net worth right now than the Sven, and that's never a good sign. So in order to recover in this game, they need to take good skirmishes, they need their cores to be present, and abuse the fact that they have things like stun into Sunstrike, you know, Fiend's Grip into Sunstrike, abuse that high burst damage, and try to win as many fights as you can.
Oh, mid lane, again, Baby Knight, it's the Ursa-IO combination. That's just a little bit too much for this Invoker, with the Blink Dagger picked up as well from Iceberg.
Yeah,
he's got the catch out.
You can't do anything about it. Like, he even has Dust on him as well, so invoking Ghostwalk wouldn't do anything. You kind of either have to like Cold Snap with Forge Spirits on the Ursa, hope that he doesn't have Enrage, which he probably will.
He wants to go for the Bane as well. The Quick Nightmare does hold Iceberg back, but you can see with this Blink, Iceberg, no holds bars, he's just going to be in straight every time. And maybe if they can find Jellypy here... Oh, he's going to go for the relocate. What are they going to have for? Okay, they're heading for Biver, and out comes the Dust. They saw him wander by into the river, and they'll punish him for it. And Jellypy will live. As fortunately for him, Team Spirit didn't delve that far into the jungle. Maybe looking to return back towards the mid lane, or just focusing on trying to get a tier 1. They've already got the pressure of the lane coming around. In fact, Bunnick will be able to make work of that on his own. So getting some of these objectives here for Team Spirit. And the Ursa-IO combination, looks like they would return to mid. They've got the rest of Team Spirit coming through, so maybe this is a point of the game where the majority of them do just group up and look to push these towers. And with the Blink Dagger on the Ursa, it's going to make it hard for London Conspiracy to defend unless they send the full crew in.
Yeah, they can't defend. Yeah. Like, you're fighting into a Doom, fighting into Relocate, Blink, Mask of Madness, Aegis, Ursa. This is not a fight that you're going to be able to win. And this is the best plan of action for Spirit as well. They're trying to just get the most bang out of their buck by having that Aegis up. And when the tier 1s are down, it also means that taking the next Roshan is even easier. Because the movement from London Conspiracy is going to be easier to telegraph. You're going to know that... Oh, well, top lane, Funnick.
Yeah. I mean, they realize the Team Spirit want to fight mid without the Nature's Prophet. They'll punish the fact that Funnick's left alive. They've got the creep wave coming through as well, so they could try for a tier 2, but Team Spirit, they're not happy with that. They're reacting to this straight away and are making the movement up towards their own jungle. Could see something kick off here. Let's see if they can get the jump in. Can LC get themselves out of there, or are they going to try and stick around and fight? Looks like they're already trying to back. Kefka on the run, but he's going to get caught out. They jump in, they doom him up as well. The Darkseer is down. Iceberg on the Ursa now on a killing spree. Jellypy gets the TP away. Bounty Hunter in the sidelines. Baby Knight should be able to find his way out. Biver, will he be able to live? He's still keeping himself close to that cliff, but oh, that Dust is going to grab him. They've got the vision. They know he's there. It looks like Bounty, unless he can juke this out, he's going to be a goner. Walks into Iceberg, quick few swipes, and again, another kill for the Ursa. So Team Spirit, they do punish London Conspiracy's positioning there as maybe he just got a little bit too greedy hanging around that tier 2 push.
Man, they need one of 3 heroes to control the Ursa. It needs to be either the Sven, needs to be the Bane, or the Invoker. And if they don't have those things there to stop him from just running at people, you don't have anyone with an escape mechanism really outside of Surge. And just in case you didn't know, Mask of Madness, Phase, Ursa with Tether runs at haste speed anyway. So the Surge isn't really getting you any farther away. You're just running at the same speed as that hero. I really think that this is one of the strongest picks that they could go for, just because they have so little to deal with it unless they are in mass force.
The Ursa's nice.
And that's the other thing too about Spirit's lineup is the flexibility. They don't have to 5-man, but they can. And because of the fact that London Conspiracy, they lost the first Roshan, they didn't win the lanes as hard as they needed to, even with the use of track and multiple kills and saying that, you know, they were getting the better of some engagements, the net worth difference is already noticeable at 16 minutes in. It's not like they have a massive kill disadvantage or anything. So we're going to see Relo here.
Okay, relocate over here because they found Jellypy on his own. He'll try and fight his way out of this one, but with the full 5-man here on Spirit, no hope for the solo Sven.
Yep.
Alright, Jellypy's just been desperately trying to catch up in terms of farm, but he's still far behind. They will punish the IO on the relocate back to the top lane. But IO for Sven, that's the trade Team Spirit will be happy with. It's still standing that 5k, but I think at the moment it's just the fact that there's a lot of momentum on this Ursa, and London Conspiracy seem unable to stop it at this point.
I'm thinking if there's any one big item that's going to have London Conspiracy in kind of like the driver's seat and bring themselves back into the match, but the Sven is saving up money. I can only assume he's going to buy Blink. It's one of the only items that he can get that gives him enough catch. It's Funnick here, quite low. Sunstrike going to be off the mark.
Lucky there with the prediction.
I'm not sure though that the options for London Conspiracy are kind of running out.
They need the perfect combo, like you said earlier. Yeah. But it's just the opportunity for that's not been given to them.
He's almost got Aghanim's, man. He's so rich.
Yeah. 17-minute phase, Mask of Madness, Blink Ags. I mean, you're not killing this guy. Especially with always want to fly back him up on the Eye. Yeah. The Frost Armor as well. They've got so many ways that Team Spirit can just protect this Ursa.
You gotta kind of commend Goblak's drafting though as well. I mean, they're gonna go on him here, but...
They can do this!
They really can't. They really can't.
Yeah. And now Illidan just storms and says, you want to fight, we'll do it. Great Doom straight down onto Baby Knight. Baby Knight is gone. 45 seconds off the clock here for the Invoker. Funnick TP's in as well. They're looking for more. They sprout up by, but do they have the detection? They're dust in 10 seconds. Alright. I was going to say, always want to flies on it.
I mean, they were following him quite well there for a minute.
A little bit unfortunate there that was still on CD.
The real issue, too, stems from the fact that the only person on London Conspiracy who can reliably split push and maybe get away is Darkseer because he has Surge. Until Sven had Blink Dagger, he had no escape mechanism, so if a relocate comes in, he's going to die to the Ursa just like anyone else would.
I mean, this is the thing, I guess, with London Conspiracy's draft. In terms of someone that's going to be able to man-fight the Ursa, you'd hope it would be the Sven, but Sven, I guess, isn't that great, really, against an Ursa, and especially when he's got half the net worth of the Ursa.
Definitely not. Definitely not.
There's no hope getting this Ursa, this Sven in the fight unless you lock down the Ursa and have a perfect fight.
Okay.
There's a nice vacuum wall coming out. Jellybee's trying to fight from the sidelines, but he pops the contra. He's just not doing enough damage, and there's your Ursa. 3-shotting the Sven. He's gone. And now Iceberg just diving the base here, looking for Baby Knight. One more touch will do it. There'll be a Fiend Script coming out onto Iceberg. They're trying to turn, but they've already lost their two main damage dealers in the form of the Sven and the Invoker. They're looking to lose more now as Biver's going to get dropped. It's a double kill for Iceberg. They're going to lose the Bane as well.
This could just be GG, honestly. Like, they are getting massacred.
I mean, would you say this is this just an outplay, or is this quite significantly a draft loss as well?
I don't think it's necessarily a huge draft loss. Okay. I just think that London Conspiracy's lanes had to go perfectly. I really think that's the biggest issue. We're going to see Kefka just get annihilated here by an Ursa, but the biggest thing for London Conspiracy, again, the Bounty Hunter had to do a lot, the Bane had to do a lot. If you look back at the laning phase, we see the Lich Doom lane completely shutting down Jellypy during the early stages. I mean, that's being reflected here. He can't do anything. Right,
GG,
and there's the GG.
But
this is basically what happens, and when you have a lineup like London Conspiracies, and you're playing against a dire Ursa with a Wisp, you absolutely need to win your laning phase. And when you don't, and they get Roche, and they get every single criteria they need to meet to run the mid game, and you don't have anything to control that Ursa, this is the result. Like, you just get ran at, and then you lose.
Yeah. That was a rough game there for LC. But, I mean, I guess coming into game 2 against Team Spirit, what do you do that you don't do there? Or what, more importantly, do you not let